Good morning, girls. Happy Wednesday. We're back for another few minutes of morning minutes. And I'm just glad to have y'all out here in the morning. And just taking those few minutes to just reflect or learn or grow or breathe, whatever it is you need to do. Because my hope for all of this is that your lives will start to change. Your mindset will start to change. And you'll just be inspired. You know, I love to see women thriving and women happy and just really moving forward in their life. And especially in times where it's more challenging out there, I really love to see that as women we can come together and just really encourage each other up. Good morning, Judith. I hope you're feeling well and recovering well, honey. We love you. And I'm glad to see you out here this morning. But today's topic, girls, that I'm going to bring up is something that kind of hit yesterday. We have a dear friend of ours who was taken to emergency early yesterday morning for a heart attack. And a lot of that is just not taking care of your body. I mean, sometimes it happens because there's things that are wrong, but we know that, you know, we actually instigate. And great. Check back in later, Judith. And here's prayers and hoping everything goes well at that appointment, honey. But the thing is that when we look at what happens to our bodies, and especially as women, you know, we tend to take so much on. If you're a single mom, if you run a business, if you're a wife, even if you have a job, there's still a lot on you because there's these big demands on us. So when we look at all of this, and then on top of that, perhaps we're not eating right, we're not moving, you know, we're not exercising. I like moving better than exercising. But what ends up happening is that our body becomes weakened. And one of the key factors in a lot of these illnesses out there is stress. And stress can actually cause pretty substantial issues in our body. So when we talk about what I teach on Healthy Mindset Cafe and over on robinhardy.net, my real focus for each of you is that we'll have a healthy mindset, a healthy body, and a healthy spirit, and we will thrive. Because we know that if these things are in balance, we can thrive, we can accomplish so much more. We can be happy. We can get things done. You know, those around us are inspired. You know, that's what we want to look at is how does all of this play together? So let's talk about stress. Stress is defined as things that affect you mentally or physically and emotionally. Actually, emotions are involved in stress as well. So when we look at that, Ashley's coming out this morning she just wants to play ball. She really doesn't care what Mama's doing as long as she throws the ball. But she has to wait because Mama's talking to the girls. So, I'm sorry, there was a message that popped up. I was trying to see if I could respond. So anyhow, all this stuff happens throughout the day. And we have to find ways to bring everything into balance. And our stress, this is kind of personal because I'm watching someone who is dealing with a lot of that in their life, and it breaks my heart because, you know, it's kind of like, how do we eliminate stress in our lives? You know, how do we change what we're doing? How do we eat healthier? How do we move? How do we eliminate stress? Good morning, Kimberly. Great to have you out. And Bernice, great to have you this morning as well. I'm so glad you girls are out here. But when we talk about stress, there's so many things that stress can do to our body. Now, we know it affects our mindset. So we know that when we're stressed out, we can snap real quick. Somebody can do something stupid on the road, and you're quick to snap. Or a family member, or, you know, a dog, You know, our children are furry. So, you know, if I was stressed out, the fact that Ashley is sitting here and pushing this ball in my face and trying to get me to play ball while I'm talking to you girls, I'd be all livid with her and just, right? Well, I'm not. I just kind of ignore her. She'll lay down eventually, and then I'll throw the ball when we're done. But here's the deal. So many times we can't just identify what is stressing us out. But let me share this. Here are some of the things that can happen to your body if you're under a lot of stress. You can have heart attacks. You can have strokes, kidney disease, RA or rheumatoid arthritis. Obviously, stress affects the hormone levels. It also can, when you have a high amount of stress, it also affects your immune system. So, if we are under stress and we don't know how to manage that stress, what ends up happening is the immune system can stop, slow down, and then you're more prone to illnesses. You can catch a cold. If you ever notice where you're really stressed, where maybe it's back to school time with the kids or it's holidays and things are going really crazy, notice that you tend to get sick easier. That's stress, because stress will deplete your immune system. The other thing stress can do is immobilize or paralyze you. And I don't mean paralyze like you're in a, you can't move your arms and legs, but it stops you from being in action. So these are all consequences of stress. So how do we manage it? Okay, Robin, we get it. We know this stuff is hurting us. We're living it. We understand. But how do we manage it? How do we change the stress we're in? Well, right now is a really good way. I'm sitting out on the back deck. I'm looking at the trees, enjoying what God has created, and that can help eliminate stress. We can breathe. Now, here's my challenge to you. When is the last time you just stopped and you took a really deep breath and just filled your lungs? And let's do it right now real quick. Let's do 3 quick breaths. Well, deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose and blow it out through your mouth. One more time. Breathe in through your nose and blow out through your mouth. And one more time. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. That right there, girls, is one of the quickest ways to release stress. Breathing. I know it sounds really simple, but it's real. You just got to breathe. The other thing that you can do to help release stress, because this is really important, girls, is laughter. Find something to laugh at. You know, I have my fur kids here. I laugh at them all the time because they do some crazy stuff out here. But the other thing you can do is listen to music. Turn on some great worship music. Watch a comedy. You know, stop and pause from whatever is causing your stress. Now, obviously, if you're in a job or you're dealing with the kids, you may not be able to stop, but you can stop and breathe. And I guarantee that if you stop and you take 3 deep breaths, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, and you just stop, close your eyes and take those deep breaths, you will calm down. You can actually feel your blood pressure lowering during that. So the challenge for you is to actually get out there and try to eliminate some of the stress. God didn't design us to be high-stress people. God designed us to love our life and enjoy it. But because of what's out there in society, we're so fast-paced, we're microwave-focused. We want it now, gotta go now, and we don't know how to stop. And the world is not going to stop spinning because you pause for a few minutes a day. The world will stop spinning on you if you continue to build that stress up and you end up laying in a hospital bed, unable to do anything in your life that you are used to doing. I want you to think about that. Stress is something that has to be managed, girls. We've got to get our hands on it. And we've got to be able to turn our lives around. Another great tool for you, and I don't know how this is going to work on here, is this here. Okay? You may not be able to read it very clear, but if you go out to robinhardy.net, that's robinhardy.net, and download this. This is a free gift to you. This is called Today I Will Thrive. And what this is this is just a quick tool. I print out one, I put it in a plastic sleeve. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, plastic sleeve. And then you can write on it with a dry erase marker. Okay? So you're going to take a day. At the top it's got date. Let's see if we can go in a little bit. And then it's going to ask you how you're feeling today. Today's positive words. Because, oh, Lord knows we have the negative stuff coming out of our mouth sometimes. Say something funny. Say something amazing. And if you can't come up with something, just tell yourself, I'm beautiful. I'm enough. God loves me. Your love letter to God. I love that because, girls, we have to have a relationship with Jesus. This isn't a one-sided track. We've got to be able to communicate and just have that relationship with Him. Then I like to have, a scripture for the day. One verse that just really resonates for you today. You want to make sure you move. And, I put there 8 glasses, I think, of water. Drink what you can. The more the better, right? Meals. Oh, my goodness, girls. That's a big issue. But we actually shopped yesterday, so I have meals in order to cook and prepare, and so I don't have excuses. It's about setting yourself up for success versus failure. Okay? And then at the bottom, I really love this area here because today's win. Whoops. We always want to celebrate our day. So there's always something to celebrate, girls. Even if it's just putting your feet on the floor. Celebrate your win. And then, what can you do better tomorrow? There's always something we can do better. We just have to define what it is. So with that, my challenge for you today is to be able to stop and breathe. Do it every hour if you need to. But release some of that stress, girls. I don't want to have messages popping up that you're in ICU because you had a heart attack. You're in ICU because you had a stroke. Girls, I want you healthy and thriving out there in this world today. But it takes your action to be able to do that. So, your challenge, we're going to stop, we're going to breathe, we're going to thrive. Get on the website, grab your copy. Today I Will Thrive. Okay? Also, get over to Healthy Mindset Cafe here on Facebook. And then just enjoy the post. I'm going to challenge you both in all 3 areas, mindset, body, and spirit. Because I believe we need to be challenged. I believe we need to be reminded. And if we come together, my belief as women empowered, we are unstoppable. So there you go today. Let's relieve some of that stress. And it's natural to have stress in your life, so don't think something's wrong. You're okay. But let's start managing that stress so it doesn't manage us. All right? Love you, girls. We'll catch you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.